What is going on, beautiful people? Welcome back to the Sacramento State Legacy here on College Hoops 2K8. And in today's video, Sacramento State will be taking on Eastern Washington in the semifinals of the Big Sky Tournament. Sacramento State has won the Big Sky Tournament in the past 2 seasons and are looking to win it for a 3rd straight year. It will be pretty interesting to see what happens if Sacramento State doesn't win, as some bracketologists actually have Sacramento State getting into the tournament even if they don't win the tournament. As long as they get to the final, I think they'll be fine. Sacramento State going to start off with the ball here. Here's Foster pulling up from the point, and he drains the deep two. His foot was on the line. So now here's Foster again pulling up, no good. Rebounded by Gibson. He goes back up with it, and he gets the bucket. It's an early 4-0 lead. So here's Gibson backing down the defender. He spins into the paint, and he's going to pull up for 2, no good. Tips it back in. And Sacramento State off to an early 6-0 lead as Bill's going to pass over to Foster. Foster couldn't corral it. Staley gets the steal. Here's Fulov, drives in, lays it up, and Eastern Washington gets on the board. So it's 6-2 now. Foster going to pull up from the wing, and he drains the 3. And Foster's starting to look like his old self in this game. It's 9-2. Morales is going to pass over to Jordan in the corner. He's going to drain the 3. It's 9-5. Now here's Morales driving in, and he's fouled. That's one big problem Sacramento State had in this first half. They had a lot of fouls, about 13 as a team. Lambier going to get the bucket to make it 11-7. As Eastern Washington is keeping it pretty close here. Here's a pass inside. Lambier able to get the bucket, and it's 13-7 Hornets. Foster driving inside, and he's going to get the bucket and the contact. He would make the free throw to make it 16-7. Foster looking like his old self, like I said. Foster going to dish inside to Gibson. A beautiful pass there. And now Sacramento State with a 10-point lead. And now Foster going to steal the inbounds pass here. Foster going to drive. He's going to dunk it. And this is the Clarence Foster that we've been waiting for all season pretty much. And now here's Swoger going to pass over to Hornsby, but it gets tipped away. Here's Morales on the other side. He's going to get the dunk. It's 20-13. Now under 5 minutes to go in the half. Hornsby going to get the pick. And he's going to pass inside to Lambier. And there's a goaltend by Staley. So Sacramento State gets the bucket. Now just over 4 minutes to go. Queen with the aggressive drive. And he's going to get the friendly roll. That makes it a 10-point game. Sokolov misses the free throw. Hornsby with the rebound and the putback to make it 32-20. So, in the last minute of the half, Colin Washington just having a hard time getting the ball into the bucket, but finally does. It's 37-21, and that would be the score that we head into halftime with. Eastern Washington was able to hang in with Sacramento State for the majority of the first half, but in the second part of the first half, Sacramento State was able to pull away. And look at that field goal percentage, 51% for Sacramento State, 27% for Eastern Washington, and 22 rebounds to 8 in favor of Sacramento State. We'll be back with the second half of basketball in just a moment. We're back with the second half now. Here's Sacramento State with the ball. Pass inside to Gibson, and Gibson gets the bucket. So Sacramento State picking right back up from where they left off. That was a beautiful pass there. Actually phased through the defender. And those are those nice, clean 360 graphics as Gibson gets the feed, and he's able to get the bucket to make it a 20-point game. Sacramento State just dominating, but Eastern Washington still putting up a fight. Staley going to pull up from mid-range. He gets it to go. And now Hornsby going to pull up for 3. He gets blocked. And now here's Eastern Washington in transition. Fulov gets by Hornsby, and he's going to get the layup. That makes it a 16-point game. Here's a pass over to Fulov. He lays it up, right past the defender, and good. It's a 14-point game. Eastern Washington trying to make a comeback, but then here's Hornsby with the dunk. Makes it a 16-point ball game. And then there's a near turnover. Hornsby going to pass over to the Turksign. He's going to drain the 3. He's had a quiet game so far, but he gets on the board there. It's 46-27. And then Hornsby and Foster are able to tie Jordan up for the jump ball. The possession arrow goes to Sacramento State. So now 46-27, and here's Prince with the layup. He gets it to go. So Eastern Washington not going away here. Leno going to pass over to Foster. He pulls up. drains the corner three, and it is a 20-point ball game once again. Turksign gets a man to jump, pulls up for three, and he gets it to go. Sacramento State just dominating in this game. And then Blizzard going to cough up the ball. Here's Swoger. Earl Swoger, the true freshman, with the big dunk. 54-29 midway through the second half. Gibson going to back down the defender. Just an easy mismatch there. He's going to hit the turnaround jumper. It's 56-29 now. Just a dominant performance by Sacramento State. And then Swoger with the NBA range three. Gets it to go. It's 59-31. You got to give a lot of credit to Eastern Washington for sticking through this game and trying their best to hang in there with a very good Sacramento State team. But in the end, Sacramento State just too much. Although Jordan would get a steal here, and he'd get the layup to make it a 24-point game. But with under 5 minutes to go, it's not very likely that they'll come back. But they're going to try their damnedest here as Blizzard gets his first bucket of the game. It's 59-37, then 3.5 minutes to go. Here's Turksign wide open from the corner, and he drains his third three of the game. It's 62-37 now, and now it's pretty much just garbage time. Lambier, no good. Still can't tip it in, and then Turksign able to just finally throw it in. Makes it 64-37, and then a minute left. Here's Bill Queen. He's been pretty quiet today. He gets the hook shot to go. It's 66-38. Under a minute to go. Sokolov going to try a three just because. He misses it, though. And then there's a steal by Jackson Steele, and he dunks on Jordan to add insult to injury. And then Sokolov going to pull up for the deep two. No good. Rebounded by Turksign. Goes back up with it. Gets the bucket and the foul. And that's pretty much going to do it for all the scoring. Sacramento State wins this one in dominant fashion, 74-40. Now, Rock Turksign was the player of the game, but most of his points were in garbage time, so I don't know if I'd really give him player of the game. Clarence Foster had a much better game, in my opinion. It's just he didn't play as many minutes. Looking at the stats, Foster had 13 points. He was 5 of 13 from the field. Gibson had 12 points and 6 rebounds. Turksign, 17 points, 6 rebounds, and Swoger with 10 points. And Hornsby with 7.7 assists. Eastern Washington only had 2 players who had 8 points to lead their team. It was Jordan and Morales, who each had 8. Nobody got double digits for the Eagles. Just a tough way to go out, just putting up 40 points in the semifinals of your conference tournament. You don't really have to go much further than field goal percentage if you want to see why Sacramento State dominated Eastern Washington. Sacramento State shot 53% from the field as a team, while Eastern Washington only shot 30%. So now we'll go through the other conference tournaments that have been finished now. Jacksonville wins the Atlantic Sun Conference Tournament, beating Mercer 70-68. Big ups to Jacksonville University because that's the team that I play for in my boy Optimus Klein's FCS Dynasty on NCAA Football 06. If you guys aren't subbed to Optimus Klein, you guys absolutely need to. That dude is very entertaining and streams very often on YouTube, so go check him out. And if you want to join the FCS Dynasty, hit him up for a link to his Discord server. Moving on, UNC Asheville wins the Big South Tournament. 79-67 was the final against Charleston Southern. Detroit ekes out a 1-point victory over Wisconsin-Milwaukee to win the Horizon Tournament. Iona gets a 1-point victory over Rider to win the Metro Atlantic Conference Tournament. North Dakota State loses to South Dakota State by 2 in the Mid-Continent Tournament. And in Missouri Valley, Creighton comes out over Evansville 69-61, no surprise there. Morehead State beats Eastern Kentucky 51-44 in the Ohio Valley Tournament. In the Southern Conference Tournament, Chattanooga upsets Davidson 73-66. In the Sun Belt Final, Middle Tennessee State defeats Denver by 10, so they'll be heading to the tournament. And St. Mary's beats Gonzaga in the West Coast Conference Tournament 79-71. I don't know if you can really call that an upset because St. Mary's is still a pretty good basketball program. At this current moment, Sacramento State is slated to play in the Austin bracket as a 12 seed against Marquette. So that should be interesting if this does stand, but Sacramento State has to beat Montana in the Big Sky Conference Final if they want to guarantee themselves a spot in the tournament for a third straight year. But that's going to do it for this video, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you guys slam that like button if you enjoyed this video and if you want to keep the Sacramento State legacy alive on this channel. I actually enjoyed playing this game because I've switched up the sliders a little bit. I'm actually going to put a link to the sliders in the description of this video. I highly recommend playing on these sliders. I found them on Operation Sports. Big ups to R. Spence, I think his name is. But yeah, if you guys want to keep this series on the channel, make sure you guys show a whole bunch of love to this video as we continue our quest to a second straight national championship. If you're new to the channel, make sure you guys hit that sub button for more franchise and dynasty content, and turn your notifications on to join the notification gang. That way every time I upload a video, you guys will be notified. Now, if you guys do have your notifications turned on, but you feel like you're still not getting videos every time they're uploaded, then make sure you guys follow me on Twitter and join my Discord server, which I update with every single video that I upload. That's going to do it for me though, guys. You have yourselves a wonderful rest of your day, night, or whenever you're watching this. Like I always say, no matter what happens, make sure you keep that mofo rolling. I love y'all 3000. I'm Audi 5000. Deuces.